Good evening, everyone. Currently having some technical difficulties with my notes. Oh, my other computer's just waking up now. So I don't have to ring it. That would have been a disaster. Let's get back to it. This week has been a week of pretty much crap in the world of wrestling. But I'm going to start in a weird place and do other news first. Off this light, it's horrible. No, it doesn't make any difference. I'll just roll with it. So in other news, Vince McMahon is apparently setting up a entertainment company that will produce film and TV, fiction and non-fiction projects, and he's not looking to replicate WWE. It will be launched if the legal matters are sorted. The people on it include Brad Bloom, who is the former chief operating something of WWE. I missed out the next bit. And Christian Prouty, who was WWE's liaison to Hollywood, obviously former. They were both let go in wake of the Vince McMahon stuff, which doesn't make it even more weird than what it already is. WWE have a new developmental program called WWE ID.
Oh, not ID. It's my favorite thing. I love it.
So they was really, really creative with the name. So yeah, basically what's happening is they're providing up-and-coming wrestlers a path into the WWE, apparently. But the schools so far that are involved are all people that are currently on the roster of WWE or have been in the past. So there's Booker T's School of Wrestling, Cody Rhodes' School of Wrestling, Seth Rollins' School of Wrestling, and then Elite Pro Wrestling Center. And the Knox Pro Wrestling Academy, which is Rikishi's school. So it seems like you've got to be in an exclusive club for your wrestling school to be a part of WWE ID. I've got a lot of questions about it. I think if it's done properly, it could be good, but it probably won't be. So don't hold out much hope for it is what I would go for. And then we found out before Crown Jewel that we would have a ridiculous thing that they wouldn't get the titles that have been bought in an armored box for the last 4 or 5 weeks on Raw and SmackDown. They wouldn't even be to win. They were just going to stay in Saudi Arabia. And they would get a ring as if you would have got a Super Bowl win. I don't know if this ever... I had this conversation with Devon as we watched Crown Jewel, and he said, has it ever happened before? I said, without checking, I don't know, but probably not. He then said, has it ever been done by any wrestling promotion? And I said, again, I don't know, but probably not. So yeah, that was that.
What are we casting the Dynamite Diamond ring as then? That's a ring.
Yeah, but that had some meaning to it. This has zero meaning to it apart
It's
from this.
It's still a ring.
Yeah, but still made sense. This does not.
It's still a ring for winning something.
Yeah, but that was never going to be a title.
It's still a ring. My point still stands. It's a ring.
It was never going to be a title first and then became a ring. It was always a ring. So, yeah, we'll move swiftly on. Raw was Raw. Jey Uso starts off the show. They looked like they were going to hug, but then they didn't. said they need to be together to take out Solo and the Bloodline. Jay said, half a year ago, when I last saw you, we were fighting each other. A lot's happened since then. They now know that you're Jimmy and I'm Jay. None of those titles, top being your twin, pushes him back. But we need to fix stuff. And if we do that, then we'll be okay again. Jimmy agrees and says, come to SmackDown. So that was just unreal storytelling. Sheamus then had a match, which he won against Ludwig Kaiser. Zelina Vega and Ivy Nile wrestled. Ivy Nile won that. Seth comes down to the ring and says some stuff about Bronson Reed and says you brought out a monster and stuff like that. Really inventive. Then they kind of fight outside the back again. Bronson Reed puts him through loads of tables. Then we had the final of the number one contenders tournament between LWO War Raiders and New Day. War Raiders won that one. And then the main event was Dominic Priest. I've done it again. I always do it. Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio, which is always thrilling. It's not like we've not seen it 40 times before. Again, it kind of all happened the same. Damian Priest beat everybody up. But then when his back was turned, the Bloodline got involved. Bloodline? What the frig am I on about?
Let's say, why would the Bloodline get involved?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. It's Monday. So the Judgment Day get involved. That should be that. When his back was turned and Dom rolls him up for the win, I've put yawn. Damian Priest, then goes to town on Dominic and Carlito, double yawn. SmackDown, I haven't got his notes for it. I've just put mid-show, building up to Crown Jewel, and some pointless matches to fill time. And then, to be honest, I'm going to get this all out of the way. Crown Jewel, the less you say about this, the better. It was horrendous, potentially one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen. I've never been so physically bored watching wrestling in my entire life. And I've seen some bad wrestling. So first up, we had the Bloodline versus the old Bloodline. I've found this match very dull, and it's the same as every time else we have anything to do with these two. It ended, well, it didn't end this way, but Solo had a succession of Samoan spikes, which was potentially 3 of the worst Samoan spikes I've ever seen. The new Bloodline defeated the OG Bloodline to the disappointment of the crowd. We then next had a match that was thrown together a week before. Belair and Jade Cargill versus Jackson and Legend versus Sky and Sane versus Green and Niven. Complete botch fest. Belair and Jade retained. Seth and Bronson Reed, boring when I was really excited for it after the build-up. Seth wins. You're not going to believe this next one. Nia Jax against Liv Morgan was probably my favourite match of the night, which was the most unexpected thing that's ever come out of my mouth. Both look really strong, and at one stage you thought Tiffany was going to cash in, but yet again, it's all stopped. Liv won. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, well, that never started. It was basically a real-life version of the WWE 2K backstage brawl match, but inside the ring area. Randy Orton was on the middle turnbuckle for his entrance when he's wiped out by a steel chair from behind to his knee. He then drops Kevin Owens onto the announce table. The ref then takes a stunner from Kevin Owens. then Michael Cole said the match has been waved off. But then Randy Orton RKO'd Adam Pearce. Kevin Owens put Randy through some tables with a flying elbow. It was probably one of the best bits of the pay-per-view, but it wasn't even a match. I think that sums it all up, to be honest. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo. I thought this was the match that was going to save the pay-per-view, but shock horror, it didn't. It was a good match, but it was extremely predictable. I called what was going to happen from the start. And then at that stage, I turned it off because I was so bored. I did, however, not go back and watch Cody and Gunther because the amount I've slated it, I felt that I couldn't watch it. Was so bored by this point, so turned it off. Gunther started strong. Both men looked strong. Cody won by countering a sleeper. And my finishing line to that was up there as one of the worst pay-per-views of the year for me. But then as I think about it more, it's probably one of the worst pay-per-views of all time. There's not a high bar with Saudi Arabia pay-per-views, but I don't know. I've never seen anything quite like it. AEW, on the other hand, was a little bit better, thankfully. There was an awful lot going on. Orange Cassidy. Yeah, honestly, it's they have at least storylines which you want to find out what happens. In any of the storylines that WWE have currently, I don't really care what happens. But yeah, thankfully, my favourite WWE pay-per-view is coming up in, I think it's this month in War Games.
Yeah.
But again, they'll probably botch that up as well. So
it's like 25th, I think.
Yeah, the less we talk about WWE, the better. At the minute, it's just dull. I hope Netflix changes it. Although there will be a Netflix championship on both Raw and SmackDown on the women's side, which I'm sure it's going to sound great, being the Netflix champion. I bet they'll be thrilled.
The Netflix champion.
Yeah, it's a Netflix title. It's got Netflix on the actual belt, I think. I'm going to see if I can bring it up for everyone. I really hope the title will look like this because it looks horrendous. I hope this is just like a mock that somebody's made. It's not actually real. Let's have a look. See if I can get. Yeah, it's. So this is apparently what it's gonna look like. I'm sure you're going to be absolutely thrilled. It's got Netflix in the middle of it.
Not be like some AI generated photo.
They changed that because that looks horrendous. There's quite a few, as you look at it, there's quite a few different ones. So I'm really hoping that none of them look like this, because then people are going to laugh at WWE.
Yeah.
Which they probably will anyway. 3 hours of Raw and 3 hours of SmackDown. Good Lord alive. So, AEW. Orange Cassidy starts the show. He's somehow put himself in the title picture. Not really sure where it's come from, but it has. He said that he opposes what Moxley and Blackpool Combat Club are doing by the takeover of AEW, challenges him to a world title match. Adam Cole is in a match with Buddy Matthews. Adam Cole wins, but it looks like that Malachi Black's going to be his next opponent. Then we had the whole thing with Mark Davis and Carl Fletcher.
My favourite.
I thought this was really interesting, actually, and I'm looking forward to see what happens from here. So Mark Davis comes out, confronts Carl Fletcher. They have kind of a little bit of a back and forth. He then goes on to say that you destroyed the United Empire and kind of walks away.
Whoa!
Carl Fletcher. What?
I sorry, I just refuse to believe Kyle destroyed it. It wasn't Kyle, it was Will. Kyle did not destroy it. It was Will. It was Will leaving New Japan destroyed the Empire.
I thought I'd got something really wrong there.
No, it's just me having contrasting opinions.
Carl Fletcher then says you'll need to make a decision sooner or later. And I'll put really excited to see where this story goes and hope they don't mess it up. Adam Page issues a warning to Jay White about their match at Full Gear. Moxley claims that Orange Cassidy didn't challenge him for the title. He challenged Cassidy. Make that make sense. Private Party then faced the Young Bucks with the stipulation that if Private Party lost, they would split up. Plot twist, they didn't. They defeated the Young Bucks, and apparently, according to reports, they're now going to take some time away. Apparently.
Yeah, because one of them was really injured. I forgot who it was. One of them was really injured.
Okay, that makes sense.
His whole shoulder was gone.
To be fair, they do wrestle like all the time.
Which is quite interesting because originally it was meant to be Kenny and Tanahashi against Young Bucks at Wrestle Dynasty, but now it's Kenny and Gabe Kidd against each other. So maybe Young Bucks really are injured. Like, it's really bad. Because they've now called off the whole thing with Tanahashi and Young Bucks at Dynasty. And it's now most likely going to be Kenny and Gabe.
Oh.
So, that's something.
For sure. What else happened? Jericho said that he promises to take ROH to new levels. I really don't believe that.
Oh, the face of ROH.
I just think that was the most pointless thing in the world to do. It really was. But hey ho. Chris Statlander. Go on. Oh, you didn't say anything. Okay.
I said hey ho.
Oh, okay. Chris Statlander then faced Camille. Chris Statlander won that. We then got to the main event, which was Swerve. I can't talk. Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin. Swerve did win, but their MVP made a phone call, and Bobby Lashley magically appeared after he made that phone call, which is exciting. They've got a name now. I can't remember what it was.
It's like the Hurt something.
The Hurt Business? Something. Wasn't the Hurt Business what they called them in WWE?
Yeah, it was Hurt something and it wasn't business.
Because that was what they were called in WWE, I think.
Hang on, I'll find it. It began with an S. The Hurt Syndicate, that was it.
That's it. It was the Hurt Business in WWE. They've just changed the
and now they're the Hurt Syndicate,
name, which is really inventive of AEW. Top
they already have a logo.
I do think that's exciting though. I think they could smash some people up, which will be fun to see. That is literally it. Like, that's how bad this week was.
Wow.
That's literally all I have to say.
What a great week.
NXT was completely pointless, apart from a tag team match.
I thought they had the whole thing going on about the women.
The what?
Like the women's stuff. That's all I've seen. But like how NXT's women are great or something like that.
Oh yeah, they are. But
that's all I've seen. Like this big 5-on-5 match or something.
Was there?
I feel like they started like setting up this big 5-on-5 or something. Was that last week?
That was at Halloween Havoc. That was a couple of weeks ago.
I just remember seeing
Guys,
I don't watch WWE. Please.
Don't go back and watch it because it's awful.
I don't watch WWE.
So you just making sure I'm not missing anything. There was a casket match as well between Wendy Chu and Tatum Paxley. That was pretty naff. They've got the They've got the pay-per-view. What am I on about? They've got the Wednesday's episodes in the old NXT arena. NXT arena. What am I on about? Old ECW arena. On Wednesday, they've got RVD coming back. They've got Bubba Ray coming back. Bubba Ray's in a weird tag team match that he's just been thrown into. There was the new person on NXT, Zarya. They've changed the name.
I just know her as Delta.
Yeah, they've changed the
I'm
name.
going to keep calling her Delta.
Do you know anything about her?
She's Australian.
Yeah, that's all I know, really, to be
That's all
honest.
I know.
I did try and look for some stuff about her, but
I
there
never
isn't.
really watched PWA.
There's
I
not
tried
that
watching
much.
it because of Robbie, but I kind of gave up.
I looked into it when she debuted. I looked into it, and there wasn't honestly that much about her.
Yeah, you can't really find much PWA stuff.
Unfortunately. Yeah, Axiom and Nathan Fraser retained.
My favourites.
And that was it. So yeah, that 2,300 arena is called now, the old ECW arena. That's on Wednesday. In terms of other pay-per-views, the next AEW one's Full Gear, which is still a couple of weeks away, I think.
It's like end of November, I think.
Yeah. So around the same time as
Survivor Series, whatever it's called.
November 23rd, so it's around the same time as War Games.
Yeah. So I think that's on the 24th then. I swear it's like the same time.
30th of November, so the weekend.
It's right at the end.
So thankfully it's not. So thankfully it's not at the same weekend. Else I would have been so many notes. Thank God they're not on the same weekend. That's literally it. I literally can't pick up anything else. Because there is nothing else to say, really.
Oh.
Conveniently, though.
Oh, yay!
It's the return.
Power struggle.
I don't know why I did.
Well, it was Tag League, obviously. My personal favourite because I love junior wrestling. Who's surprised? Winners of A Block, Ishiban and Sweet Boys, Rob Eagles, Kosei Fujita. Winners of B Block, Catch 2-2. My favourite best friends, Francesco Akira and TJP. Sorry, I love flexing. I'm friends with them both. It's my favourite thing to do. I just flex my friendships with wrestlers. So that match, the final happened today. Ishiban and Sweet Boys won, but I think there was no point in that final because Catch 2-2 are still getting their title match. The whole point of that match is like determine who gets a title match at Wrestle Kingdom. And they both got the title match in the end. Which baffles me. But, you know, that's something. What else happened that was interesting? I'm trying to think. Obviously we had the return of big old Kenny Omega, who had a whole promo about how he wants his first match back to be against the next big young talent of New Japan. And who else but Gabriel Kidd. Gabriel Kidd, what a guy. He didn't actually come out, he just kind of attacked him backstage instead. Because he was a bit too sad to actually come out and face him. So that kind of leads us with the idea that Kenny versus Gabe is happening at Wrestle Dynasty because Kenny doesn't want to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom, just wants to do Wrestle Dynasty. Which I don't see the point, but it also confuses me because they had this whole thing where Kenny and Tanahashi were going to be teaming up, and everyone was like, oh, it'll be against the Young Bucks then, surely, because of how Kenny was kicked out of the Elite, or whatever it was. But no, now it's apparently Kenny versus Gabe, so clearly something has gone down with the Young Bucks, but I couldn't tell you what, apart from the injury. Then there was the whole thing with Zack Sabre Jr. in his match versus Shingo. Zack won, and then I'm trying to remember the order. Shota came out first, said he wanted a match with Zack. Zack was like, "Oh, think about it," and then Shota went backstage again, and bosh, out comes Ricochet. Crazy. No one thought Ricochet would come out because I don't know, just no one thought Ricochet. Just no one thought it would be him. So Ricochet comes out, and Zack, with arguably the best comment I've ever heard, he said, "You've still got no hair. Clearly, you haven't gone to Turkey," in reference to a Turkish barber and a hair transplant. Because he's been all around the world, but he didn't go to Turkey. That's probably my favourite comment that Zack made of the night. And then Ricochet was like, "I want a title match." And then Zack said, "Okay, Wrestle Dynasty." So they have a title match now. And then Shota came out again for some reason. And he just kind of destroyed Zack Sabre Jr., which made me giggle. And then in the post-match comments, Zack was like, "You need to stop being like Jon Moxley." And then Shota just kind of stated he'd no longer be Mr. Nice Guy, which makes me happy because Shota is currently hated by pretty much all of New Japan, even though he's meant to be the next Tanahashi. He's currently hated. David Finlay defeated Taichi, and that's when Sanada turned on Taichi. And then Sanada turned on Taichi and joined the War Dogs, which is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Because just 5 guys now has to convert to just 4 guys. Which annoys me because just 5 guys. In the whole 5 Guys restaurant train, it's now 4 guys. So, rough day for the Just 5 Guys lovers, but oh well. And then David Finlay called out Yota Tsuji, so now they had a match at Wrestle Kingdom for the title. Which I kind of saw coming, I think. Although, I don't know. I think Yota could do better. I'm just an avid David Finlay hater though. Desperado returned as well and confronted our little junior heavyweight champion Doki. And they got a match at Wrestle Kingdom. Everyone's getting Wrestle Kingdom matches. It's quite a little chain going on here because there's no other big shows until Wrestle Kingdom unless you count the American shows. And then another Wrestle Kingdom match. Ren Narita, what was it? He had a tag match against Tanahashi and Bolton, I think, because ELP is ill, I think. I can't remember. And then Oiwa came out, big up Oiwa, and confronted Narita and was like, "I want a title match." And then Jeff Cobb came out and was like, "No, I was the champion before. I want a title match." So now it's probably me a little freeway match, but oh well. Oh yeah, about the tag team thing. For the junior tag team, once Jet Setters come out and they were like, Catch 22 can be in the match as well. The good old War Dogs came out and were like, "No, we need to be in this match too," and started a fucking rebellion and was like whapping chairs on everyone. Is that women? I know, they were like throwing chairs at everyone else in the ring. They were like, "We want to be in the match," and then I'm assuming they'll be able to see the match. Yeah, it was quite mental. It's quite a natural War Dogs thing to just tap people with chairs. Don't know why.
No.
They just like chairs. I think that's everything from that show. Although the tag match, which I was gonna send a video of on the group chat, is very good. It's very good. I'm still gonna send the video, but it's very good.
And then, because we haven't had a chance to speak about it, even though it was like weeks ago now, obviously we had the Royal Quest and Global Wars.
The shit show. Royal Quest.
Which one?
Royal Quest.
You didn't think it's very good?
The one I went to.
What, you didn't think it was very good?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm pleased you said that because I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest.
It really wasn't that good. I just kind of enjoyed it because I was there and because you don't see the faces often. Because of where I was sat, I got all the little fan interactions. That's what made it fun for me. Like, overall, as a show, it wasn't amazeballs. I preferred last year's.
Global Wars was quite interesting to watch, to be fair. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
There's quite a few matches.
I think the only fun matches or like interesting matches from Royal Quest are probably Vegeta versus Oku, because I'm biased.
Yeah, I was about to say I did enjoy that one.
I'm biased with Vegeta. And then Zack and Sanada? I don't know.
I kind of switched
Kind
off
of.
with the match.
I think it was more the chants that got me going.
And the little speech at the end was quite cool.
Yeah, they always do that. If you win the main event, you get to do a little speech.
Oh yeah, it was quite cool though. Like the speech, like it did mean, like you could see it meant a lot.
It meant a lot to him. It was nice being there. Yota versus
the
Driller
arena
was
looked
okay.
like the arena actually looked like a school sports hall there as well.
Because it was.
Quite funny. Oh, is it actually?
It's the Crystal Palace Sports Hall. That's what the venue's called.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It was literally a sports hall.
School sports hall.
There was literally a swimming pool right next door. Same with York
Oh,
Hall.
really? Shit.
Most venues are near like some form of sporting arena. At least that I've been to, apart from Progress, because it's in like Camden Town, so not really much sports going on there.
Yeah.
I can't really comment on Global Wars, to be honest.
I watched it.
I haven't consumed it enough.
There was some good matches on it. To be fair, it was.
I watched the Zack one because it's
Um,
Zack.
It was weeks ago though, and I've slept many times since then, so I can't really tell you that much about it.
I just remember the Zack one and how Zack wanted Robbie X to join TMDK, and he was like, "No." The next day he was in Bullet Club.
There was that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And he like kind of like threw the thing at him, and then we found out why the day after.
Yep.
He's also now. I've also now seen that Blacksmith have decided that they're going to take him on as well, and give him.
They did that before he joined Bullet Club, but like they didn't make it official, but like they hinted it.
Okay.
They hinted it before.
Like they're taking on everyone that they possibly can at the minute, which makes sense, of course.
Yeah, they took on the whole women TNA.
They do. They do make some good stuff, so I'm not against that. They actually take care in what they make for people, rather than just putting a design on a t-shirt and hoping everyone likes it. So yeah, that's that. I don't really know what's coming up. There's not really much coming up. It's just back to normal weekly things, which I'm thrilled about.
New Japan have their show in America on Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday, the 8th. That's in 4 days.
Okay.
Then World Tag League starts, which I would watch, but I don't know if I can be bothered.
Is that the one in? Oh no, there's a tag team. No, that's a trios tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for Rev Pro. I'm talking about New Japan. Rev Pros is in like 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? I don't even know. There's like a trios competition thing.
Yeah, it's
which
in
is
Coventry.
Pointless. It's pointless.
Coventry in over 2 days.
And it's pointless.
And I don't really know anyone that's wrestling in it, to be honest.
I do, but the reward for winning is you're guaranteed a match of your choice. Whether it be singles, tag teams, or trio. That's it. That's all you get for winning the tournament. A match of your choice.
Did he even have a trios title or not?
Nope. They're not making one.
Surely you'd make one for that tournament, right?
No, they're not. They've already confirmed this. They're not making a title for it. You just get a match of your choice. It's pointless.
Oh, we didn't show off the best bit of the week.
Oh no. Oh, the rings.
There's the rings.
Don't fit anyone's fingers.
That you won when winning the crown jewel.
Get a in the trios tournament. Get a ring.
I'm pretty sure that neither Liv or Cody will ever wear that again, apart from probably they have to this week on Raw since they're still in Saudi Arabia, and they'll probably string it on for a little bit. But I'm pretty sure
Well, Cody wasn't
outside
on Raw.
what?
Cody wasn't at Raw. He was on the UK
Oh yeah,
tour.
they've already filmed it, haven't they? Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
They've
they
already
filmed it
filmed
yesterday, and Cody was on a flight for the UK tour.
Oh yeah,
But Liv
they've
was
got
there.
some shows in
Yeah, they've
London,
got one in London today.
where they've got like a steel cage match, I think, for the
Yeah, that's for
women's
the woman
title.
one, and then the men's one's like a street fight.
A street fight with him and Solo, I think.
Yeah.
Which I'm really surprised they've put both of those matches on. They don't normally have.
They've done that for all of the UK tour.
They don't normally have title matches on house shows, I don't think. So they won't
They've done
change
that for
hands.
every UK show, though. It's been the same match, just different stipulation.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's not going to
it's
change
always been
hands.
title. Yeah.
They'd never change hands on a house show.
No.
So it's pointless buying a ticket, to be honest, unless like you're 10 years old and want to go to a wrestling show.
Yeah, it's only good if you get a front row. So you get the little fan interactions. That's like with Royal Quest. It's only good if you're like right at the front because the show was shit.
Oh, and then we had the news that broke yesterday after the taping as well that there will be a series of shows leading up
to the road to WrestleMania.
So we get a road to WrestleMania in Nottingham. We then get a Raw in. Let me get the picture up so I can get this right.
There's like one in Italy, I swear.
To be honest, I'm not bothered about the ones that are in other places.
There's one in Belgium. They go to like Spain.
But there's one in. It's in our little chat, isn't it?
There's one in Scotland.
So we have one in Barcelona, which is a SmackDown apparently. So I don't know whether they are on days of actual tapings of SmackDown. So it looks like there will be actual SmackDowns. So on the 14th of March, they have one in Barcelona. On the Saturday of 15th of March, the day after, they've got a Road to WrestleMania show in Dortmund. They've then got a Road to WrestleMania show in Hanover in Germany. They've then got a Raw in Brussels, a SmackDown in Bologna. They then have a Road to WrestleMania in Belfast and in Nottingham. They are then having a Raw in Glasgow, a SmackDown in London, a Road to WrestleMania in Austria, a Road to WrestleMania in Amsterdam, and then topping it off with a Raw in London. So that's all in the space of 2 weeks. So yeah, some of the wrestlers are going to be absolutely knackered. So yeah, that's that. So that would say that we're not getting a pay-per-view in the UK, which I thought I had inklings that the WWE would, just to try and rival AEW bringing.
I'm still confused where you all got this from.
What?
Like the whole hope that they'd be in England.
They did. There was so many reports that it was going to Manchester or.
Was there?
Yeah, there was lots of reports that it was either going to Elimination Chamber, was either going to Manchester.
Everything I've seen for Chamber's been Canada.
No, there was. Let me find it.
Why is you making up all this Canada stuff?
No, I think the Canada stuff was after the UK stuff.
I was going to say, all I've seen is Canada.
So yeah, that was after the UK stuff. So they've cancelled their plans to host Elimination Chamber in Birmingham. Instead, the event will now be held in Canada in March.
Hooray! Canadians.
So it was going to be in either Birmingham, Manchester, or London. but they decided to scrap it. In 2000, here's a cool fact. In 2011 until 2013, Elimination Chamber wasn't called Elimination Chamber in Germany. It was called No Escape.
Well, yeah, I've understood that one. That's really obvious.
Oh, I see why now.
Yeah. I'm surprised they got rid of that. Like, so they just call it Elimination Chamber now?
It must do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I doubt that. So apparently,
I think they still call it No Escape.
Really?
Oh, I can't see them changing it.
I don't know. That's maybe a question for next time. How much? So apparently, this is how much an elimination chamber costs. Apparently, the structure was manufactured somewhere, and it took 6 to 8 weeks to make, and it cost them apparently $250,000 to construct. No, it didn't. That is such a lie. So yeah, how much does WWE pay for fireworks? They pay between 5,000 and 30,000.
Hooray! That's all our money gone into fireworks.
Literally. There, that's it. I think I've literally got I've literally dragged it out as much as I possibly can for everyone. So yeah, that's been it. We'll be back on Sunday, and I'm sure I'll have some thrilling words for Raw and SmackDown. And
hopefully, I get to see more of Kyle Fletcher's beautiful gear.
Well, I don't know. I didn't recognize him with a shaved head, to be fair, when he came out.
His beautiful gear.
It looks so different with shaved head. Doesn't, to be honest, like shaving your head wouldn't suit most people, but actually it does.
It doesn't.
Look okay on him.
He looks
What?
dreadful.
It does. It doesn't look
he
that
looks
bad.
like Randy Orton.
He can pull it off though. Like most people, if they shave their head, they couldn't really pull it off. He's managed to.
It just doesn't feel right. I'm so used to him with long hair.
Yeah, it does. It does seem a little bit
weird. I'm so used to not even like the blonde hair. I'm used to when he had long brown hair. I'm used to that, and now it's suddenly just all gone.
Oh, so I'm gonna leave you on something that we've got in the background anyway. This is what I thought of WWE after Crown Jewel and after I saw the rings.
Donut! You're so stupid! You're so stupid! You're stupid!
Cheers.
Yeah, and on that note,
I really enjoyed that one.
This is where it's been in the background for ages. I just use it sparingly, so people don't get that bored of it. So yeah, that's it. We'll see you either on Sunday or Monday, depending on what happens. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Good rest of your week.